Hey, good morning, everybody. It's been a while since I've done one of these little videos like this, and I'm not in the car today. Amazing that I was able to actually accomplish something not sitting behind the wheel of my car. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to you briefly today about toxicity. That's a word that gets thrown around a lot these days. It's kind of a little bit of a buzzword, and I'm not super cool with the word because I think that it gets used a lot when toxicity is not really the issue. But in this case, what I want to talk to you about today is, in fact, toxicity and keeping it out of your life and how important it is to keep it out of your life. I don't want to specifically talk about toxic people because honestly, I don't really believe that there are any toxic people. I think that there are people who have issues in their lives that are toxic, which cause that to create an attitude of negativity and bitterness and maybe anger, sadness, all of those things that sort of spill over to other people. But I don't think that that makes people toxic people. I try not to say that someone is toxic because I don't believe that anybody is truly toxic. I think that they have toxic environments or toxic things in their life that cause them to behave in a way that is negative toward other people. But there is genuinely toxicity that exists in our environment around us. This morning, I did something that I didn't think that I would ever do. I deleted my Facebook account. Now, I have had a Facebook account for almost 16 years. Almost 16 years I've had a Facebook account. I got a Facebook account originally when I was working in the arts library at Southern Methodist University. And back then, Facebook was just for college campuses. And when I first got an account, you could only connect with people on your college campus. When I logged into Facebook, I logged into facebook.smu.com. And you could only connect with people on your college. And you didn't post things to your wall. You could send messages and you could I think you could upload pictures, but there was no like tagging of people. It was really, really limited what you could do. And then gradually you were able to connect with people outside of your college campus. And then I think in maybe like 2007 or so, Facebook became widely available to the general public. I'm not sure of exactly the date. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say I've been on Facebook for a really long time. But this morning I deleted my account, not deactivated. I deleted my account. And the reason that I did that was because of two things. Number one, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this because it's kind of a political issue and I don't want this to be about politics. But number one, I believe that Facebook is stifling free speech. I've seen evidence of it in my own account and other friends' accounts, and that's not a good thing. But number two, Facebook, like Twitter before it, which I deleted 5 years ago, Facebook, like Twitter before it, has become toxic. It's a toxic environment. People say horrible, terrible things about other people and to other people. People post things that are just wretched and awful and hateful and angry. And, I've been guilty of it too. There was a time in my life when things were really negative or I perceived things as really negative in my life, and I would post those negative things too. And it's just a bad environment. It's a toxic environment. And so for my own mental health and wellness, I decided that I had to leave. It wasn't enough just to deactivate for a few weeks or a couple of months or whatever. I had to leave the environment altogether. And that's the important part about what I want to talk to you, what I'm talking to you about today is when you're in a toxic environment, sometimes the best thing for you to do for your own health and well-being is to get out of that environment altogether, whether it's a job or a relationship or a location, whatever it is. If that environment is toxic to you, if it's harmful to you, either mentally or emotionally or spiritually or physically or all of these, if it's toxic to you, the best thing for you to do is get out of that environment. Take yourself out of it and don't look back. You know, a temptation that we have as human beings is to look back to the past. Maybe things were better back then, you know, the good old days. Well, as I've grown older and I started looking back at the good old days, honestly, I realized that the good old days weren't really all that good sometimes. And so when you take yourself out of that toxic environment, or when you get away from that toxic situation with another person, don't look back. Take yourself out of it and then go get well. Do what you need to do for you to get well and to get healthy, because that's the most important thing. In the end, it doesn't matter who wins an election. It doesn't matter what laws get passed. It doesn't matter who your friends are spending time with. It doesn't matter what an ex is doing after you're no longer in a relationship. None of those things matter in the end. In the end, what matters is that you are healthy and that you are happy. And sometimes the best thing to do to achieve those goals, healthiness and happiness, is to take yourself out of a toxic situation completely, totally, and don't look back. Because I'm telling you from my own experience, and this is a recent experience, but it's still good experience. I'm telling you from my own experience. Health and wellness and happiness beats the hell out of Facebook. And it beats the hell out of any situation that you're in which is toxic and harmful to you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope that you're healthy and I hope that you're happy. And if you're not, I hope that you can recognize the things that are making you not healthy and not happy, and you can clear your life of those things, because it will make all the difference in the world. That's it for now, guys. I hope you're doing well. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.